So this is a tune by Walter Furry Lewis. Yeah, that little nickname, Furry Lewis. Um, Furry Lewis had recorded, I think, for Vocalion label, 1927 or so, and made those records. And he traveled quite a bit around playing music, playing not just blues but all kinds of songs. And at some point, he settled back in Memphis, and he took a job as a street cleaner. He still played and hung out around Beale Street, where he would listen to a lot of other bands playing, namely jug bands. You had Cannon's jug band, Stompers, and the Memphis jug band, and you had that, when they blow into a jug. And I think maybe that's what Furry had in mind when he was doing this song, Kassie Jones, because that little, it almost sounds like someone's blowing into a jug. It's really something else. So anyway, I mean, even Joni Mitchell did a song attributing it to Furry, called Furry Sings the Blues. So Furry Lewis had quite a bit of a name for himself. So let's take a look at this song, Kassie Jones. Now, when he told the record producers, what's the name of the song? He said Kassie Jones. They spelled it Kassie, but what he really meant was Casey Jones. The story of Casey Jones, the engineer, and the lyrics to this song are just great. Tells the whole story. So I really would encourage you to listen to this. But Furry was sort of rediscovered in the 60s, late 60s, and he went on to having a second career as a professional musician. So, this little lick. Let's take a look at this, because this goes on and on and on throughout the whole song, and it's a good little lick to know. It starts off just sliding your third finger along that fifth string and wind up on the fourth fret. And you're just picking it up, and you're hitting the thumb on the fourth string, and then thumb, and then first finger, and then thumb. So you get that alternating bass, but you're putting in the high G note and then down to the E. And you don't want to do, you want to get a quick, like blowing into a jug. And then, now that's the second measure. Second measure is slide, then pinch, fourth and first, then put down the pinky on the high G note and pinch again, and then fourth string. So you get both measures. Now the third measure is a repeat of the first measure. Almost. So we get that second string in there. Listen to that third measure again. Up. And right after you hit that last bass note, so you get this. That fourth string, you're going to get your first finger in and grab that open second string. So that gets you into your fourth measure, pinch. So you really want to get that little pinch, that little second string by itself, and then a pinch. So you have that. And then a very quick little move here, a slide from the third fret to the fourth fret as grace notes. So it's just compressed. So it's not, it's. So that last measure. So here's that whole first line done very slowly. he plays that while he's singing this verse. And just before he goes into the C chord, he just puts in a couple of extra notes. That's the next line. Just gets a couple of extra bass notes in there. Then when he goes into his C chord, it's very similar to what Mississippi John Hurt would do with his C chord, in that he's adding the third finger and the pinky onto that first string. So we have the alternating bass going nice and solidly between the fifth and the fourth string while we're adding in the melody notes over here. So I'm going to play the next 4 measures so you can get an idea of how it sounds. Going back and forth a whole lot. So let's take a look at that second line, the second measure where the C begins. We're barring our first finger across 5 strings, getting a C chord. We're just pinching the first and fifth string, alternating the bass. Put down the third finger, pinch again, alternate the bass. Now put down your pinky and pinch, alternate the bass. And then right after you alternate the bass, pick up the pinky and get that first string by itself. So listen to that third measure. See how that note comes in the upbeat. And now we're going to use our middle finger, which we've been doing on the first string, but we're going to get our index finger on that second string and get a quick little... So we're pinching the fifth and first string together, then we're adding our index finger by itself, and then pinching the first and second, pinching the first and fifth string together again. Oh, I'm sorry, we're pinching the first and fourth string afterwards. So fifth and first, second, pinch, fourth and first. So we have add the third finger, bass. Then the last measure, up. So we got it. So I get that third finger right in on that first string at that 7th fret. So you get that. Just like that. Then we get back to the G and we're doing that same lick again. So I'll play that whole thing together. So it really just kind of moves, and he does that over and over and over again. But now what I want to do is I want to show you another way of just adding a very cool little technique to your playing. And that's what I like to call like a little bit of a slap and a strum. Listen to this. I'm sorry. A very rhythmic quality to it. So let's take a look at this first part. I'm getting my second finger, or you can use your first finger. My second finger seems to be more comfortable with this. I get the 6th string at that 5th fret. Now I'm going to snap it. Now what I'm snapping is I'm taking my thumb, I'm getting it underneath the string, and I'm gonna pull it up and then let it roll right off. Now here I'm using a thumb picker. You could use it with your thumb too. Let it just snap back. Okay, against the guitar. Let it snap. So you want to work on getting this snap. get that little snap in there. And then pull it off. After that, you're going to, now here it's, you want to just kind of, you're going to get your thumb down and your wrist down. You want to kind of just slap against the strings like that. Doesn't have to be clean. I'm kind of like slapping here and my thumb's coming all the way down. It takes a little practice to get that. And don't worry about open strings ringing, because after you do this, your index finger is going to come up and do an upstroke. So it takes a little practice to get that sound. So it's a snap, pull off, slap, and strum. You do it at the 3rd fret. Same thing. Now here on the 5th string, you're not gonna slap it. You're just going to, or snap it. You're just gonna grab that 5th string at the 3rd fret and pull it off, and then finally, so that last part. So. And when you get that going, it really has a very percussive sound to it. And adding that to Kassie Jones will really, I think it's just a lot of fun. So hope you enjoyed that one.